Have you noticed how focus doesn't disappear all at once, but fades quietly? Why is it that the more we try to concentrate, the more our mind slips away? And how do some people stay deeply present without forcing themselves? The answer isn't luck, genetics, or talent. It's small habits. So small they're easy to miss. So ordinary they rarely get credit. Most people believe focus is built through intensity, long hours, strong willpower, perfect discipline. But the mind doesn't respond well to force. It responds to rhythm, to consistency, to tiny signals repeated over time. Big changes ask too much of the brain. Small habits slip past resistance. They compound quietly, like interest you don't notice until it's undeniable. Focus isn't something you seize. It's something you practice gently, every day. Habit number 1. Habit number 1. Begin with deliberate stillness. This habit is simple. Before you start any task, you pause for 30 seconds. You don't scroll. You don't plan. You don't prepare. You just sit and breathe. This practice comes from contemplative traditions that understood something modern life forgets. Attention needs a doorway. Psychologically, stillness tells the nervous system there is no emergency. When the body calms, the mind follows. Focus cannot exist in a state of quiet panic. In ordinary life, this looks like pausing before opening your laptop, standing still before answering a message, letting the mind arrive before asking it to work. Think of it like setting a cup down before pouring water. Without stillness, everything spills. Ask yourself quietly, what happens if I arrive fully before I begin? Habit number 2. Habit number 2. Reduce choice before it appears. Focus weakens when decisions pile up. Not big decisions. Small ones. What to start? How long to work? Where to begin? This habit comes from cultures that value ritual. Ritual removes choice so attention can remain whole. The brain has limited decision energy. When it's spent early, focus collapses later. In practice, this means deciding in advance. Same time, same place, same first step. You don't ask yourself what to do. You already know. It's like laying down tracks before the train arrives. The train doesn't waste energy choosing direction. It just moves. Pause and consider. What decisions could I remove from tomorrow? Habit number 3. Work in shorter windows than you think you need. We overestimate how long focus should last, and then feel broken when it doesn't. This habit comes from understanding human attention, not fighting it. The mind works best in pulses. Biologically, attention peaks, dips, and recovers. When we ignore that rhythm, focus erodes. Short windows protect intensity. They make focus feel safe, temporary, possible. In daily life, this might be 15 minutes of full attention. Then a pause, not distraction. Recovery, like grain by grain progress. Each moment small, together, substantial. Ask yourself, what could I do if focus only had to last a little while? Habit number 4. Close one loop before opening another. Unfinished thoughts drain attention. They linger quietly, pulling the mind away. This habit reflects an old philosophical idea. The mind seeks completion. Psychologically, open loops create background tension. The brain keeps checking them, even when you're trying to focus elsewhere. In ordinary life, this means finishing small things fully. One email answered completely. One thought written down. One task closed. Completion doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be complete. This is like repairing small cracks before they spread. In some traditions, cracks are filled with gold. Completion turns weakness into strength. What unfinished thing is quietly stealing my attention? Habit number 5. End before exhaustion. Most people stop when they are depleted. This teaches the brain that focus leads to pain. This habit comes from mastery, not productivity culture. Masters stop while energy remains. Biologically, the brain remembers endings more than beginnings. If focus ends in exhaustion, resistance grows next time. In daily life, this means stopping while you could still continue, leaving a little fuel in the tank. This builds trust with your attention. It learns that focus is safe, sustainable, like invisible change becoming undeniable. Each ending seeds the next beginning. What if stopping early made tomorrow easier? Begin with stillness to invite your mind to arrive. Reduce choices so focus has a clear path. Work in short windows that respect natural rhythms. Close small loops to free mental space. End before exhaustion to protect tomorrow's attention. These are not hacks. They are principles. Quiet agreements with how the mind truly works. Choose one. Make it almost too small to notice. Let it compound. Focus is not something you force yourself into. It's something you build through care, patience, and respect for your limits. When you live this way, attention stops feeling fragile. It becomes steady, reliable, yours. If you'd like to continue exploring these quiet principles of intentional living, you're welcome to stay. Subscribe and walk this path one small habit at a time.